From dating to relationships, from sex to love, from Christianity to politics, from darkness to light, you have now entered into the real zone. Welcome to Conversations with Trent, where no topic of conversation is safe from discussion. Now, here he is, Mr. Epic himself, Trent Williams.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another conversation with Trent and Friends. Tonight we got a good one. We got a good fun one tonight. We're talking about love changes everything. Actually, the actual topic came in from a viewer. My good friend Mark sent in the topic, so I thought we'd actually do the topic for tonight. But love changes. Got me to thinking. Love changes everything. Thought about the positives and the negatives of love, the word love. Think about it. When we're in bliss, when we're in marital bliss or relationship bliss or romantic bliss or what have you, we don't talk about nothing. Period. Zilch, zero. Everything goes under the rug. We don't see the red flags when we're in love. Let's bring Coach D in, and Shannon's bringing up the rear, but let's bring Coach D in so we can get this started. What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Can't call it my spoiler. How you doing tonight?
I am doing great. Glad it's the middle of the week.
Good stuff.
Ready to
Good stuff.
2 more days of work to go.
So love changes everything. What was your thoughts when I sent you that email? What was your
That love doesn't really change anything. You just don't see what you're supposed to see.
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm a trauma coach, so you know the first thing I think is what kind of
Exactly.
attachment is it? Is it a trauma bond? Blah blah blah.
Exactly. So what you're saying is most people forget about the red flags when they say they're in love, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Even I do. I'm a trauma coach and I forget them.
Exactly. You know, most people think about when you think about love, right? You know, they always talk about from the soul and from the heart. But we notice that it's actually from the brain. If you really want to get technical about it. It's really from the brain. Let's bring in Shannon, who's actually 5 minutes late, but I'm not gonna say that because she actually loves these.
It's only 4 minutes, so be trying to judge me.
Yeah. So love changes. What's going on, lady?
Oh, not much. I'm trying to adjust the volume on here. Okay, maybe that's it. Okay, hey, here I am.
Good stuff. What's going on in there?
What's going on where? I'm sorry.
Atlanta. What's going on in Atlanta?
Oh,
it's a hot girl summer. It was a hot girl summer birthday. So what's going on in there?
Yeah, it wasn't that hot.
We're working happy belated. Happy belated birthday.
It wasn't that hot, but we're working on it.
Gotcha. Happy belated birthday, beautiful. Good stuff. So, actually, you guys' arch nemesis actually sent this topic in love changes. Mark sent it in love changes. So I got to thinking, man, about love, right? And like I told Coach D, that's some positives and negatives when we talk about love. You know, when we're in love, when we loving on the person, we tend to not communicate. We tend to not talk about the serious things that need to be talked about. We tend to ignore the red flags. So I got a couple of things I jotted down to get us started here. What are the negative effects of love? Okay. Among the most troubling effects of love, and these are in my words, in my opinion, among the most troubling effects of love is we have the tendency to suspend rational judgment and totally forget about logic thinking. We totally forget rational judgment and logic thinking goes completely out the door when we're in love. We kind of bypass it. We try to get over it. But you have to stay in a rational state of mind. You have to stay in a logical state of mind when you're dealing with others. That's not just with relationships. I'm talking about everything as a whole. But I've done that a ton of times. If she's fine and she got a nice round ass, I'm going to forget about everything. You know what I'm saying? So I've done that in my past. I've done that. You know what I'm saying? Negotiating with myself. Damn, she's pretty though, but she toxic as shit, but damn, she's pretty. I'm negotiating with myself all the time. Not now, but my past, Romelo's past. Let's get to the folks out here tonight and see what they're talking about.
Did you welcome anybody at all, or did they just hop on?
I didn't. Honestly.
Oh, okay. So the Gentle Giants here. Hi, Alvin and Martine's already on here.
Martine, what about?
Martine said love doesn't change much. It usually is the thing that can have you blinded and acting a dang fool, especially if it's not with the right person or people.
Absolutely.
Hey, Joker Dog, welcome. She said love is an action, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just say it, you must show it.
Absolutely. I agree.
What does that mean, Peach? That's all you need to know. What does that mean, Joker Dog? What does that mean, Al?
Peach is behind.
Huh?
It means behind.
Oh, behind. Oh. What is
Knock it off.
Tell him to knock it off. I didn't put that thing up there.
Who said that? Is that Joker Dog?
Mm-hmm.
Not Brother Deacon Dr. Doug.
Brother Deacon.
Welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
Appreciate you.
What did you call him? Deacon Doctor what?
Not Brother Deacon Dr. Doug. Look, Tammy's here too. Hey, Tammy, how's it going?
The one and only.
Good stuff. So yeah, let's talk about this love, man. The negative effects of love, right? So, what's the negative effects of love? What about the negative effects of love? It increases stress. In a long-term committed relationship, stress tends to decrease over time. The physical symptoms, sleep, appetite, everything. That's the negative effects of love. But we tend to forget about that, man. We tend to forget about the negative side of it. When we're in love, we're in love. When we're in love, we're in love. We forget about everything. You're in love with Trent, you're going to forget about all this toxic ass way. When Trent's telling you that good stuff, he's giving it to you. He's just giving you that ear hustle, that ear love. You're going to forget about his toxic ways.
Okay.
I'm
Really?
sorry. Say again there.
Like, really?
What you mean? What are you talking about?
Okay.
There's actually a term for that. It's called love bombing.
What? Do tell.
Yes.
There's actually a term when somebody is giving somebody a lot of attention and telling them exactly what they want to hear. It's called love bombing.
I love that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It's very toxic.
Exactly. So my question for the viewers, I know what you guys are going to say. Is love positive or negative? Then I'll tell you my thoughts on it.
Oh, so viewers, what do y'all think? But
especially for you, Shannon, because you actually, you love that Valentine arrow shooting type love. So for you, I know you're gonna say it's positive. But go ahead. I got a whole bunch of stuff jotted down here. But is it love or is it positive or negative?
Sir, stop trying to act like you know me.
Are we pretending for the viewers tonight?
Hey, Lanya, how you doing? I'm not pretending, but
what's going on, Lanya?
I mean, it can be both, depending on certain. Really, with all of this, is love even the right word? Because I believe that love is an action. Like, I believe it's a verb, but I don't know any other word that we've ever been taught to use to describe emotion associated with what?
Shannon, stop deflecting.
I'm not.
Yes,
I'm not deflecting. It can be both, right? I mean, just like you said, whether it's heartbreak or sometimes it'll blind you to certain things so that you only see you have blinders on to the red flags and other people or whatnot. But I think it can be both. Okay. But it can definitely be toxic with the wrong person. Exactly. If you're not using, if it causes you not to use sound and rational judgment in certain areas.
Coach D.
I think it's a choice, but remember, I look at everything with
exactly
coach through trauma, so I ask a whole bunch of questions.
I know you ladies so well. I knew she would actually say it was both, and I knew you would say, "Well, it's a choice."
It is, because you have to choose every day to love, just like you have to choose every day to communicate, and that's how people they don't fall out of love; they stop choosing. the other person. And so, because you'll see people who will cheat and they have plenty of effort to put into the other person. So
Exactly.
it's just a matter of not choosing to put it back into the person that they're married to.
Exactly. My thoughts on is love positive or negative? Love is
Mhm.
considered both positive and negative. So Shannon, we agree on something here. Positive and negative. Human kindness, compassion, affection, as an unselfish love, loyal, concern for both others. But the vice representing human, moral flow, vanity, selfishness, egotism. I've had a problem with that in my past.
Really?
In the past, it was only in the past.
Stop acting like you know me, Shannon.
Ken and I agree on that
No,
one
we
too.
all know you on that one.
I hear you. So the next question is, what is the dark side of love? So the dark side of love for me is hurt, pain, uncontrollable rage, and a form of abuse also can make up the dark side of love.
Mhm.
Again, a form of abuse can also make up the dark side of love. So the
But
rage part, go ahead.
what type of? I'm sorry, I mean, Archie, but what type of abuse? Or like, what kind of abuse are we talking?
We let's just for shits and giggles, mental abuse. That's the
Okay.
worst abuse that you could do. A physical is horrible, but a mental abuse, a mental abuser, that's horrible. That
Mhm.
is completely hard. That you're trying to break this person. You're trying to destroy this person's mental thought process. Everything about this person, you're trying to destroy it. If you get in their mind and destroy their mind, you've done your job. That's the worst thing you can do to a woman or a man.
Yeah.
Destroy them mentally, in
And
my opinion.
it's the hardest one for outsiders to see. Because most of the time,
Yeah.
if somebody is mentally abusive, they're very charming and gregarious, or like they're the perfect person. So outside people
Exactly.
don't see the gaslighting or manipulation behind closed doors.
Right.
Exactly.
We got several comments coming through. So Joker Dog said, "Love is not toxic. Not thinking is toxic." Martina agreed. She said, "Love, you're right. It's a choice. You choose to show or share love." And Joker Dog said, "Love is positive." Martine, I like this comment because I agree with. I said, "Love isn't what's toxic. It's the behavior of the people who are toxic."
Hey, we got some new viewers up here tonight.
Yeah. So
Danielle
welcome,
Carter.
Danielle Carter. Oh,
What's going on,
Tammy
lady?
said narcissistic. Danielle said love is positive. Other emotions are often misused and don't actually represent love in lust and control. I would agree with that too. And Lanya said dark side is when the one interesting, is it the one entering a relationship that is in love ignores the obvious signs? I think that's what you're
That's
getting
a dark,
to.
that could actually be a dark side of it.
Yeah. But I do agree with Martina. I don't necessarily think that love itself is toxic. I think it's the behaviors.
Mhm.
I do think it's the behaviors that we associate with it, or
But honestly, man, when you talk about love, just like I said in the opening piece, when we're in love, we totally throw everything out the door. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, and let's be honest, viewers, because I know the panel's going to be honest on this part. We tend to forget everything. We tend to ignore every single sign. I've done it. I know I've done it.
Yeah, I've done it, and definitely, yeah. And
Oh, yeah.
I think we all have had someone at some point in time within our lifespan that we've been what they call stupid in love for, right?
Exactly. I had a great conversation.
My mama would say, "Hey, Wendy, welcome. Thanks for tuning in."
What's going on, Wendy? What's up, lady? I had a conversation with Michael Shannon that you're probably gonna right before we went on.
Oh, and happy birthday to his wife. It's his wife's birthday today, right?
Yeah, yep, Juana's birthday today.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Juana. Good stuff.
My Leo sister.
Exactly. There you go. So Michael says, I don't know if she's gonna think that this is a great birthday gift, but I had a conversation with him, so we went to talking and what have you, right? So he wanted me to quote him, and I'm gonna quote him in Michael fashion. Michael says that when you're in love, everything going well, love is a pleasant distraction. Again, when you're in love and everything is going well, love is a pleasant distraction. The problem is we don't really communicate when things are going great. So Michael says, after 25 years, I'm sitting around saying, what the just happened?
You was dying. You was waiting. You planned that all night, didn't you? All day, didn't you?
You already know. You already know. You already know. So he wanted to know, like, what the just happened? after 25 years. So now they're having conversations about things they should have been having when they started dating.
I don't know that love blinds you just because let's say for them, they've been together for 20 some odd years. So they were very young, pretty
very
young
young.
when they got together. And
You met her when she was like 15.
I mean, okay, so but it's like, what do you really know the right things to even ask? I don't know that that's necessarily related to the feeling of love or being in love. I think it's more so.
I think to his point,
you even know or have the
right to his point though.
What you should be asking or looking for.
To his point, when they were in marital bliss, when they were in love, completely in love. Okay. There's a lot of things that both of them. I'm not just going to push it off on him. Both of them, because honestly, both of them like my best friends. So both of them, they ignored the signs. Period. They failed to have the proper conversation that needed to be had. And like I told him, I was like, yo, you know why you created that monster, right? He's like, what do you mean? You created that monster. Something that she did, she went unchecked for years. And vice versa. Some things he did, he went unchecked.
Because they were blind and blissfully in love.
Absolutely. Love had a part to do with that. Love had a part to do that. They were so happy that they didn't want to disrupt anything.
Okay. Hey, Brendan, welcome. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
What's going on, nephew?
So Danielle had a good question. How are we defining love for the sake of this for the purpose of this conversation?
I'm defining love as just love. When I say love, I don't think about love in a blissful way. I'm a logical thinker. I am a logical thinker. I live my life in a very logical, rational state. So I don't believe in the whole I'm in love and oh my God. And this
okay, I think we need to ask Coach D. Coach D, how are we defining love? Because you telling me love is just love is not the definition.
Love is just like for a man, love is just love. I'm sorry.
Okay. I define it as a emotion of mutual admiration that extends beyond
emotion from where? Because we both know, all of us here on this panel know that when you talk about love, everybody wants to attach it to an emotion, but we know that's a chemical thing, man. Mm-hmm. We know that there's a certain hormone that pops up when that chemistry is right. Come on.
It's primal.
Thank you.
If we really, really want to get into the science of it and just ruin it all, it's a primal.
Yeah, let's do like Slash would say. Let's stay away from the Disney princess type stuff.
Where is he tonight? Okay, let me not say nothing. Okay, continue.
He should be in, man.
It's basically love is just a primal emotion where the female of the species picks the male of the species that looks the most viable and will produce the best children. Boring. Nobody wants to hear about that.
But it's the truth. It's the truth, though. That's just like it's that chemical thing that when you first meet a woman, right? Let's just say, and we're just typical hypothetically, I'm meeting Shannon for the first time, right? I'm like, damn.
Why I always gotta be?
You know what I'm saying? I get that butterfly. You know what I'm saying? I get that feeling, in the bottom of my chest, top of my stomach. I get that feeling. I get that feeling in the bottom of my chest, top of my stomach. Y'all know that feeling. But that's a chemical thing from the brain.
It's oxytocin, is what it is.
Thank you.
They make it in pill form.
I'm not interested in that pill.
I'm just saying.
I'm not interested in that pill. What are you trying to do to me, girl? I'm not interested in that.
But anyway, continue with your story.
So my whole point is, it's like that's what I feel. It's actually something that actually triggers in the brain. So we always want to attach love to an emotion. That's not it. That is not it. And honestly, I've been accused of being emotionless, but I'm a rational thinker when it comes down to it. If I love a person, I love and I'll express that. I express that. I love them, but I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh, we're blissful, we're in love. And nah, man, let's get down to the meat and potatoes of this relationship. Let's talk about the chisel you didn't bring to this party. You got to bring your own chisel to this party.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, so Danielle, hopefully Coach D's definition. I like that definition. I think that I like that definition.
Yeah, The
Yeah,
whole
Martine says I'm older and a little more focused. So she says my third eye is open a little wider and I see BS sooner than what I used to. Yeah. That's what I was thinking with Michael and his wife, because they were so young. It's like I have more, because of life and experiences and maturity, I look for different things now than I
right.
did when I was 20 something years old, and all that stuff when I was engaged and getting ready to get married.
You know what I look for? You know what I look for when I'm looking for that one. You know what I'm looking for? I want to see if she's carrying that chisel. I want to see if she's gonna bring that chisel with
With
her.
the chisel
Party.
soon.
Huh?
They're going to beat you with the chisel soon. You keep talking about the chisel.
I've been trying to have this chisel conversation for the long, but you guys keep shooting it down.
Why do you keep saying people that we've always talked about and agreed about working on yourself and not bringing your?
But I want a whole conversation on.
Then make that as topic for the show then.
So am I allowed to do that? Am I allowed?
Why are you asking now? Did you ask whether or not I wanted this topic, or did you ask Dee if she wanted this topic tonight? Like, did you ask? No. So what are you asking for now?
That's a generally thing to do. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to work on the better,
You're trying to pretend yeah, what?
I'm trying to work on a.
So Brendan, and I think this is kind of in conjunction with the example you brought up with Michael and Shawanda, is that it's the very reason why you don't rush relationships. You should learn people as much as you can first and then commit.
Absolutely. We talked about this, Brendan. Absolutely.
Martine said so many couples tiptoe around with false positives and behave as if all's great when it isn't. Neither one of them wants to address any lopsidedness in the union. She said oxytocin can be so bomb. Yes, it can. That's why if you just want to have that love fit, just go and get you some.
My favorite Detroiter. There you go. I see you.
Yeah, because you get adrenaline with oxytocin and testosterone. It's spicy. It's fun. It's exciting. Who doesn't want that?
So y'all actually take those pills?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
But I mean, if you really felt like you wanted to chase
is that the female version of a Viagra or something like that?
It's not about
I'm a little slow, so I don't know.
Actually, so Viagra was not originally designed for men. It was designed for women and heart issues.
Is that right?
Yes.
And a wonderful side effect for you guys was it gave you an erection.
I wouldn't know nothing about taking the pill.
And they knew there was a lot more money on that side, so they went where the money went.
I wouldn't know nothing about taking the pill. I'm sorry.
I know.
That's difficult for men over 50. They don't want to admit it or talk about it.
You're getting a little older, sir.
Say again now. Here's the thing. I'm glad you guys brought that up, right? And I was having a conversation with a friend of mine today, and we were talking about relationships and all this and what have you. I was like, yo, listen, let me tell you something, man. I've had enough to last me a lifetime. It's not about the physical for me anymore. What's between the shoulders?
Oh, Lord.
What's between the shoulders? I've had enough of that to last me a lifetime. So I'm good on the physical.
Okay.
I can still go there.
Oh, make sure you put that little point in there, right?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Oh, so Martine says she keeps her chills on there. Tammy says, I feel like love is be the love that love is be the love you want. Exactly.
I totally agree, Tammy. I totally agree. Be the love that you want. I totally agree with that.
This was what was Mark's like? See, he don't put a subject out here, a topic out here, and he's not even here to discuss. So
something drastically had to happen for Mark not to be here. So I'm gonna have to check on him.
Yeah, make sure he's okay.
I'm gonna have to check on him.
Alon, you said ears are big right now.
That's Lanye. Shout out to Lanye from Cubs Couch, man. Over in
is it Lanye or Lanye? Lanye. Sorry for name.
I'll be over in St. Louis, Missouri on the 19th to the 21st for the grand opening over there. We'll be doing some good stuff over there with the foundation and all that good stuff. So good stuff. Shout out to Cubs Couch, man, from St. Louis, Missouri.
All right. Martine says, even in my older age, I take my time. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So let's talk about the love affects, how love affects us physically, right? And this is going to be a little emotional for me because when I thought about the physical aspect of it, about love, I'm going to talk about my mother for a hot second. and it doesn't just have to be romantic, but love affects us physically. It can lower blood pressure. It can increase bladder control for women, reduces stress, improves sleep, and boosts the immune system. So when I read that, I was taking notes. I was thinking about the tragedies that I went through the past 3 years. I was affected by my brother's passing unexpectedly 3 years ago, and 2 months and 10 days after that, my mother passed. She died from a broken heart, and that love for her child affected her so much until she passed 2 months and 10 days after he passed, and then after that, 6 months later, I became paralyzed. All that love was broken. So we got to be conscious of that, conscious of our health first of all. When we're dealing with loved ones and what have you and whatnot, we have to stay healthy, man. We have to, because after those situations with me, I was in the wine bottle, 4 and 5 bottles every couple of days, and just slightly, it was an imbalance of my cholesterol that tipped me over, and it was a bleed on the brain. It took me clean over the top, and that's how I became paralyzed. But we have to be mindful and careful, even when we're dealing with our loved ones, even when we're dealing with a romantic one. I mean, if issues in, if there's issues there, talk those issues over, man, before tragic strikes. And you have to be rational with these type things. You cannot be in a blissful state like, oh, she'll never do this to me. Bullshit. He or she will do you in.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be in a blissful state. But let's get back
Get
to the
the
fun.
dog.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Lanye says she can't wait for you to fall through for Cup's couch. And
Good stuff.
Martine says she's met a couple of guys who were pressed to marry, and we're talking and I guess only a matter of only a few months. So I'm sure that scared you. I would say scared you off. Has that been here though, Martine? I'm just wondering, did you have that experience here in Atlanta since you relocated?
Of course she did.
Wait a minute. Why would you say, of course she did?
You know how I feel about the whole environment of Atlanta. So I don't know.
I mean, but that's why I'm asking, because I don't know that. Oh,
What's
Yolanda
wrong,
said, I know that firsthand. Wow.
what's wrong with Atlanta?
I don't know what he's talking about.
You don't know what's wrong with Atlanta, but Shannon always likes me to be politically correct, so I'm not gonna say what I really want to say.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
Lord
do that.
Jesus.
We all know what's wrong with Atlanta, but we're not gonna say that.
There's nothing wrong with Atlanta. What are you talking about? You act like, sir, I'm gonna need you to stop. We
Okay,
love all God's creations.
but the love of the Lord, just like Shannon said, we love
Amen.
all God creations.
Amen. We love all God's creations. Just stop it.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Good Lord Jesus. Okay.
Sorry,
Go ahead. So now my question is, does true love really exist in life, period?
I think it does. I don't necessarily know that it's always spontaneous. I think it just kind of falls in line with what Coach D said about choosing to love someone, choosing to every day you make the choice to love that person.
Right. Well, contrary to what we like to say and believe.
Thank you, Danielle. She said, "What's wrong with Atlanta? I love Atlanta. Thank you."
Danielle, mind your business. Which Danielle is that?
Danielle Carter. Who is Danielle Carter?
Oh, she's from over there at Cup's couch.
Oh, okay. So see, thank you for loving Atlanta. See?
Mind your business, Danielle. Mind your business. So, contrary to what we like to say and believe, the feeling of love doesn't occur in our hearts, as I said in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't occur in our hearts, at least scientifically. Instead, it happens in our brain.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. So, does love exist? Does love exist? I say yes, it does exist. I say yes, love does exist, but we tend to be unrational when we're dealing with love and when we're loving someone.
Dude, you're
It
stopping
becomes
all the fun out of love. Even I don't talk about it just being the chemicals in the brain with dopamine and oxytocin and estrogen. That just like takes all the fun out of it.
He wasn't saying that
Stop.
what's old boy's name in the book? Romello, and what's the girl's name you married? What's the name in the book?
Morgan.
Yeah, you weren't saying that. That's not what you were describing in the book.
And I appreciate that.
You are talking about the vessels in the body and carrying the blood through the vein.
Chapter the Delta, best-selling book on Taylor Kennedy Media on all platforms: Walmart, Barnes and Noble, Amazon Prime. That is.
I think I need a cut. I think I need a cut since I keep breathing new life into this
Exactly. This book has been selling since 2013. Talking about Chapter of the Delta. I'm gonna let everybody else figure out who's that Delta. But good stuff, man. Good stuff.
That's right. I'll tell you once I'm done my book.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said I'll outsell you once I'm done my book.
You have to finish that book, man. I keep telling you that, man.
Oh, don't worry, it'll be finished. I will finish it.
Good stuff. Yeah, but Romello was buried. I don't know why you keep digging Romello up out that grave. He's buried, man. He's gone.
Because it's very okay. So your whole platform, sir, you sold books for profit, right? Like Romello is very relevant. You're finishing up the fourth book, the fourth installment on this.
It's actually done, but I had an ex-girlfriend who kind of went south on me, so I had to rewrite some things, and I was kind of emotional, using that emotional side of me, right? So I had to, rewrite it. I cut her out, cut her back in, all that good stuff. So
that might be another story for another show.
Exactly. I left her on the edit floor once we broke up.
This one tonight, though.
Once we broke up, I left her on the edit floor. Then I picked it up, and I was like, you know what? I'm emotionally entangled with this woman. I cannot let this woman go out of this book because it's a wonderful story. So I put her back in the book.
Did that have to do with chemicals and
yeah, it was a whole chemical thing. With the condition I have, with the bleed on the brain and all that good stuff. So I kind of, what I'm saying.
It had to do with you being ghosted, right?
Wait, what'd you say? Nah, D, why are you bringing up old stuff? The last time you and I dated was, how long was it? Well, Kennedy was like what, 3 or 4? Like
yeah,
maybe 2 years old or something like that.
Way back when.
But it was a good thing. It was.
When error self going to know.
Oh Lord Jesus!
I didn't realize that this woman ghosted me all the way from Canada. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. I had to call her actually when Shannon challenged me, say, hey, why don't you bring one of your ex-girlfriends on? Because Shannon's an avid reader of Chapter the Delta. So I don't know what it is with her and Romello, but I think she kind of loves Romello. But Shannon challenged me to bring on an ex-girlfriend. So I was like, okay. So I called Dee up. But me being me in my past, I thought I'd done Dee something. I didn't know that. I thought I kind of did her in. I thought I did her dirty. So when I called her up, I was like, hey, what's going on? She said, hey, what's going on? So conversation, went on like it was supposed to go on. So I said, let me ask you something. She's like, yeah. So after, she agreed to come on to the show, I was like, God, I got to come on. So I said, let me ask you something. I said, what happened? She said, what? I said, what happened to us? She said, I ghosted you.
Hilarious. You said you ghosted it?
She told me that. She said, I ghosted you. So I was like, yeah, I remember, leaving, the Detroit area, leaving Canada, going over to Houston, and the relationship was just fizzled out. I was like, what happened? But me being me with my devilish ways in my past, I honestly thought I had done her dirty.
That's a damn
it was a huge relief.
You were such a dog that you just automatically assumed that's what you did because that's
that's the honesty in me now. Wanted to know so I could actually make that right.
Oh Lord,
you know what I'm saying? That's what the conversation was started on. It was an apology tour that went across the United States and the Bahamas and Jamaica. I wanted to apologize to these women. That the only way I could do it was write a book and try and hopefully they buy the book. And I apologize for them but I honestly did not know what I did. Apparently, Dee ghosted me and she left me alone. I'm trying to figure that out.
All right. Well, yeah. Okay. Wait, we got comments on here. Lanye says true love exists, and there are still genuine people out here who love for real.
Lanye, mind your business, Lanye. Mind your business. Go ahead.
Martine said there was a dude who said while women are waiting and hoping on the one they find interesting, they're missing the one who's interested. That's why, according to his word, we're single. Danielle said true love does exist.
Again, Danielle, mind your business.
See, Martine said the press dudes were in Michigan. Thank you. And the reason I was saying that because I'm like the way.
Hey, you know what?
The dating is in Atlanta. I don't see a whole lot of men in Atlanta who are pressed to be trying to just get married to somebody. They out here trying to.
The reason why because there's so many women. Because so many men are going the other way. So the guys that are there, I mean, they got a harem of women. So yeah, that's why. Yeah,
well, you should know. Yeah. So
I ran to Atlanta a couple of times.
Lanye says, "I think love affects the heart. It's why you skip a beat in the heart." That is a physical effect of the chemical reaction of what we call the emotion of love. So yeah.
Shannon want to attach love to this emotion so bad. You know, ladies and gentlemen.
Anybody who knows me knows like I'm that hopeless romantic. That's why
she's that hopeless romantic. She's that Meg Ryan type, you know, Letters from Rome type woman.
Harry met Sally, all that kind of. Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly.
You had me at hello. Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't happen with everybody, but it does happen.
Ask Martine what she's laughing at. Why is she laughing?
She says she's patient. She's gonna wait a little longer. She's sitting up in this seat again, ears big. Oh, that was Lanye. So I think I don't know what Martine's laughing at. You have to let us know what was funny, Martine. Oh, she said I guess the guys freaked her out, and she hasn't met anyone here in Atlanta. Yeah, I haven't met anyone in Atlanta either. So I mean, that's why I was like, I didn't think you had anybody pressed for marriage here. That's why I wanted to know.
It's all the Southern gentlemen in New Orleans.
She said she met a dude about 2 weeks ago. They met for conversation and a drink, and it was nice. So, are we going back out again, Martine
and Shannon?
Since we can't go back to Coach D, she done really ghosted old boy. She's now his therapist, the doctor.
Dr. McDreamy, yeah,
Dr. McDreamy.
But the Southern gentlemen are truly in.
She was laughing at Coach D ghosting you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of good, but it's just like, man, you was that bad that you just automatically was like, I did her wrong. I need to do my apology tour with her 20 years later. Like, but look, the ex you really should bring on is the one you was with when you got sick.
Oh,
bring that one on. Yeah, bring her on, Trent.
You know, I had a conversation with her a couple of weeks ago. It's quite interesting. I wouldn't do that. I don't know. Actually, I'd be open to do it if I could actually convince her.
Bring her on. Why wouldn't you?
I mean, I'd be open to do it. But here's the thing about that situation: is that says you're funny. You're funny. You're real funny.
I'll coach you for free.
Yeah. See, we even got free coaching on here.
Well,
tell us about let's hear about this situation. Yes, tell us.
What about it?
You were just telling us something about it. And then you got this big grin and smile on your face. So what's really going on?
Nah, she was a wonderful person who actually gave her life up for me when I fell ill. So that I'm much appreciated by his kindness.
Sir.
Go ahead.
Are we talking about the same person?
Yeah, we're not gonna do that though. So
no, I'm just saying.
When I fell, I mean,
I'm not going into. I'm just saying. Are we talking about the same person?
Yeah, we talking about the same person. Leave that.
Okay, go ahead and hit the button for me. I call. Go. There we go. Thank you.
You're trying to give the book away. We can't give the book away.
I don't need to give the book. I don't need to give the book away. It's not in any of the ones that are already published.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. But that book is coming. So
wait. Tell us about the grin, Lanye. Martine says one of her homeboys told her that being dateless is a choice, a sad choice. It's not a sad choice, I don't think. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a choice. She
It's
said
only
that
a sad.
complain
only-
turning guys away.
It's only a sad choice if you're not comfortable with yourself.
That is
Yes.
hilarious.
And
Do you
you're
realize
not
we didn't
at peace with
get
yourself.
we didn't get to any commercials?
I know. We still here talking about the chemical reaction in the brain that makes your heart skip a beat and causes you to go dumb and blind.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
get to the money real quick though. Let's get to the money real quick.
Look at Lanya said her ears are big again. Mine's look, honey.
Let's get to the
Maybe
money.
he'll tell you when he gets there. He'll really tell you some stuff.
Actually, she's trying to get me on. She's trying to get me on Cubs Couch and interview me. So I'm not sure I'm gonna be giving up the goods. If the book is released by then, which I highly think it's not.
What do you mean not sure? You love to talk. What are you talking about? You're playing coy.
Let's knock it off. Knock it off. Knock
Joker
it
Dog
off.
said the emotion of love will cause one to act. The decision to love is harder to respond. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and take a break, but we'll have to come back to that, Joker Dog, because I actually want you to elaborate on that a little bit more.
That's good. I like that one.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after the break, folks.
Thanks for tuning in to Conversations with Trent. We will be right back with more conversation after these commercial breaks.
Check out the creative work of the author Trent Williams of www.taylorkennedymedia.com. Chapter of the Delta gives us a peek at his life-changing events. And if that's not enough, Trent tells you more about his brothers and his life through memoirs in his book, The Four Horsemen. His blogs and daily stimulating quotes are published in his book, Life's Little Addiction. And when you have a need of some human coaching of life and relationships, take a look at Conversations with Trent, Volume 1 and 2, and Conversations with Trent, Limited Edition. You will find his works available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all online book retailers.
Welcome back to Conversations with Trent. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're online and want to be a part of tonight's topic, you can do that by dialing 347-324-5327. Press the number 1 to get into the queue so that your voice can be added to tonight's conversation. Now, let's get back to the show.
We're back. Got a couple of ads there from one of our sponsors, of course, by the lovely Shannon from Tabs Edible Creations. Tabs Edible Creations is the spot, tabsediblecreations.com, for those overloaded cookies that I haven't had in a year, and those lovely infused cakes. Hopefully, I can get a cookie
Sir, move on.
by
So move back to the topic of the show.
you know what I'm saying.
So
Hey,
Joker,
did you notice?
what?
Did you notice my head is so slick and clean tonight? My headset kept falling off. I had to go to break for this, man.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I don't know. Uh, so Joker Dog, did you give us an elaboration on what you meant by that? About so his last comment was the emotion of love will cause one to act, which I believe, and the decision to love is harder to respond. So I don't know if you had finished your thought on that or not.
If I could actually piggyback on him, but thanks for the alley with Joker Dog. That's part of that rage that I was speaking about. Like love can bring out a rage in you. So, reactions, negative, sometimes positive. But most of the times, you get negative reactions when love is
I see. He actually followed up. I'm sorry, so he said emotions in many cases drive our responses.
Exactly.
Crimes of passion, protecting a child are all driven by the feelings of love or fear we have. Without the feelings, people are much slower to respond. It's easier to show love to someone you feel love for.
Exactly.
I would agree with that.
I agree.
I agree.
Totally agree.
He's on the money this time.
Joker. Wait a minute. Something happened to my. Where'd my thing go? There it is. All right. So we had some more comments on here. Lanya says she's got to get her mitts on those books there, Trini.
Good stuff. Well, did she just
And
call me?
she called you Trini.
She called me my government name. But the only reason she called me Trini because Torrance probably told her that.
Oh, okay. Martine said the one dude she did meet who caused the earth to move under her feet was already busy. The earth to move under your feet. Okay. Martine says she needs to get the books too. And
Martine has actually purchased all these books. She just don't have them where they are. Martine purchased those books like years ago.
Does it maybe from packing or moving, I guess?
Probably so.
Yeah. So she said brokenhearted syndrome is real. A sister friend of hers. She said, she was talking about in relation to your mother that brokenhearted syndrome is real. A friend of hers passed from it. Exactly. And she says, of course, when you feel for a person, you treat them better.
That is true.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
There's a saying is how you treat people you're not attracted to is how you really treat people.
Ooh. One more time.
How you treat people you're not attracted to is how you really treat people.
So that's their true colors.
Yeah, I could see that.
True colors. Yeah, I could agree with that. I definitely can agree with that. Good stuff. So, question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about love, right? Can you honestly say that you truly been with the one that you love? Can you honestly say that? Even through marriages and all this other stuff. You think when it first happens to you, like this is like with Morgan and Romello. I thought Morgan was the end with all. That's it. But here I am 20 some odd years later.
Yeah, but you said that she was, and that you, when Michael was on the show, that you acted too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I did make some harsh decisions. And I think that if I was a little patient, things would probably been, changed. But I allowed my ego to get in the way because some things that was actually done to me, I couldn't get past. As a man, I'm a rational thinker. So I'm glad you brought that up. Let's talk about cheating, right? And let's talk about women cheating opposed to men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's flip it for a second. As far as a man, right? A man, and I had a conversation with one of my brothers whose wife cheated on him, and he went back. So I was like, "Yo, you sure you want to do that?" And he was like, "Yeah, because I want my family. I want to rekindle everything." I was like, "Dude," I said, "that cheat, you literally walked in the act of cheating, literally. So you sure you want to do that?" "Yeah, I just want my family back." I said, "Dude, it doesn't matter." I said, "Because on mad days or when the lights go out, you're back home, the lights are off, you're in bed, lying in bed with her.
And
That
the same
vision,
day they was in.
exactly, that visual is gonna pop up in your head. Why would you actually torment yourself by doing that? Why
It's
would you
actually
do that?
yeah, it's actually called post-infidelity stress disorder.
Do tell, do tell.
So it's what happens when you've been betrayed. You basically relive the betrayal again and again. And
Exactly.
because people who are betrayed or the betrayer never gives you the information that you actually need to have closure, your
To move on,
mind makes up
correct.
all these other things.
These different scenarios. And I
Yeah,
call that negotiating with yourself. When you negotiate with yourself,
yeah.
it's a
So
5
it's
steps of grief and loss when you're
yeah,
negotiating with yourself. So
and
to go on with the conversation that I had with him, so I was like, yo, I wouldn't recommend that. Why would you do that? So he
yeah.
went against my better judgment and he went back. 3 months later, he was gone forever. He was like, you were right. I was like, I know, man. Why would you torment yourself? And that goes back to, let's tie this into what I was talking about. How love is unrational.
Yeah.
And the judgment. We throw all judgment completely out when we wrapped up in this love thing.
Do you?
But
But go ahead. Finish what you were saying though about the whole syndrome though, Coach D.
okay. So remember what I said before about the pick me stage?
Yes.
So
Right.
that's where he was caught up. So that first part when you get betrayed, that first 6 months, you're straight into the pick me stage where you want to take them back. And the only reason that you can get out of it is you actually have to heal and move beyond it. And that for some never happens. It could happen for years. It just depends on if they get assistance or therapy
Exactly.
with it.
See, ladies and gentlemen, on the conversation, we're gonna always get back to the coaching. I knew we were actually joking backstage, Dee and I. She was like, "Oh, we're gonna have fun tonight. We're not gonna coach tonight." I was like, "Yeah, right, sure."
I just want to talk about love. I love love. I cry at
You know
SPCA
what?
commercials. Like,
Mark is not here tonight, and I'm actually gonna call both you guys Disney princes tonight. Come on now.
yeah, I love
There's,
love.
there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the emotion, what the actual, outside of, yes, it's the chemicals in your brain that are producing that
Right.
particular feeling or emotion. I mean, it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
It is a great feeling.
It's almost euphoric, right? And I think a lot of times we're forever chasing that.
Didn't I
Yeah.
tell you this is Shannon's topic? Didn't I tell you she's a?
It's not my time. I mean, it's not my time, but I mean, I've had my share of the euphoria, and I've had my share of the hell. Like I've been on both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, and honestly, and I wanted to focus on the bad
But hold on.
decisions.
Well, hold
Go
on.
ahead.
But I was going to say what's so funny that I just thought about was when we talk about it being euphoric, like a drug. It's no different than when someone actually has a drug addiction, right? It's like
Right.
you, even though you've had the negative impacts or effects of it, you still want that high. You still want to go back and be able to get that high again
So what
from
you say? So what are you
having that
saying,
emotion.
Romello? So what you saying?
Huh?
Romello was a drug?
I don't know nothing about no. I wasn't. That's a book. I didn't even know you when you were in your Romello stage.
I'm just teasing.
Okay. I'm like,
I'm just teasing.
Anyway, let me get to the comments. He said, "Love is supposed to be a conscious choice to act in the best interest of someone."
I guarantee that was Joker Dog. I can't even see the comments. That was Joker Dog, right?
He did. I said it's Joker Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Take them big old headphones off so you can
If I did, I can't hear you guys.
Anyway, he said it's supposed to be a conscious decision, a conscious choice to act in the best interest of someone else, regardless of how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Martine says she watches for that behavior in a man and in friends too. Yes. And Joker Dog said, "Oh, they're talking again tonight." Okay, he said, "Martine, I know. Book recommendation, Science of Love." Okay, have you heard of that one, Coach D? I haven't. Science of Love.
Science of Love. Yeah, that's not kind of my thing though. This love coaching thing is not what I usually do. So I don't read a lot of books about love. I read a lot of books about people being hurt.
So Lanye's back. I guess she said she had to come back on a different line. I don't think you missed anything. No, I don't think you missed anything. The good part is you can always go back and watch it again. Brendan said, why when women cheat, men think it's unforgivable. But when men cheat, we expect them to forgive us. Thank you,
Hey,
Brandon.
Brenda, hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Exactly.
Hold on a sec. One second. Hey, nephew, and this is my nephew. This is actually my nephew. Let's not go against the code, man. Let's not go against the code.
Oh my God, sir! If we gonna coach, and we gonna take our chisel.
Why do they think? Because it goes against their ego.
Mm-hmm.
Because men can. There's some people think that men can cheat without emotional involvement, but women can't, because they think women are emotional and they can't have sex without feelings. That's BS, because we can. So we can be just as unfeeling and hit it and quit it. That's the term I'm thinking of.
No comment.
But Brenda
said, like you say, Unc, I'm gonna go stir the pot a little bit.
He's truly my nephew.
Kanye says I'm nosy enough to to do just that. Go back and watch. Yeah, it's the couple of times that I've done it. Like
what Miss Carter's talking about.
I don't do it every week, but
what Miss Carter's talking about here.
She said men can't deal with infidelity. No, you can't, and you're proof of that, right? It was your ego that caused you to make certain decisions when you did.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. So let's get back to that. So if I wouldn't have made the rash decisions that, you know what, hey, my ego is not gonna. I can't believe this happened to me. And honestly, in all seriousness, that's what I was thinking at that time. I was still in a ball of mess when I was actually married, even though I had never cheated on her and I'd given my all to her. So I was like, I can't believe this is happening to me. And I allowed Romello to creep back in and make a bad decision and walk away from my family. Well, actually, Kennedy was with me, but that's for another story. But I made the horrible decision of saying, you know what, I'm straight. I'm good on this. And I left that Delta where she was. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't such a good idea. And I got to be honest. It wasn't a good idea. I should have been patient.
Well, you never know.
Well, we all learn our lessons.
Yeah, we do. Now, what do you? Shannon's always stirring the pot. Brenda,
I'm just saying, you never know. I'm single. Coming back around and giving you
other. I'm very single. Sometimes I'm eligible. Sometimes I'm not.
Oh, God. Okay. Martine says, just like dudes don't like it when you're dating more than one guy. They totally trip. That they do.
I could agree with that.
What did I say? Hashtag date them all, sis.
Yep.
There you go. Hey, listen. Stop it. Shannon did this thing last year about hashtag date them all and made it a thing. Date them all.
I agree.
If you're single and nobody has any commitments, why can't you? Until you figure out which one of them is the one that you want.
So that means if I'm dating her, I can keep my money in my pocket if she's dating them all, right?
Oh no. I mean, I don't know about other women, but no.
That's that right there.
No,
right there. I mean, come on now. Why would my funds be ready, available to someone who's actually dating them all, sis?
You dating them all too? Like, you act like men only date one woman at a time, and
we all know that's not true.
So
I'm not even dating no
other woman. So
well, I'm not even dating anymore. So what are you talking about?
We're not. But I'm just saying in general.
Okay, guys.
I'm just saying in general with men. I'm not all, but I'm just saying in general.
Gotcha. Martine says.
Now, she says, why are women expected to focus on one guy, be on pause, and wait for him to finally come through a call? Shaking my head. Exactly, Martine. Exactly.
My favorite Detroiter.
My sentiments.
Is that Kobe's girlfriend back there?
Yes, that's her barking. I don't know.
Is that my future puppy's baby mama?
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Happy birthday to Kobe. It was his birthday.
That's right. Kobe made the big two.
I know.
So Brandy comes over, right?
Do you realize it is? Oh no, it's right on the hour. I think my other.
It's all good. We'll let it roll because we're talking about the Cobster. So
what was the name of that book again? Because I will read it this weekend and report back.
Is it The Science of Love?
Okay.
So Brandy comes by with this whole bunch of good bag of goodies for Kobe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, I said, you know what? I said, you and Shannon have turned me into a true Caucasian. Dog cookies. Like I'm literally giving him dog cookies. Like literally dog cookies. So he's sitting there looking at me. I'm like, we're not having cookies today. Yesterday was your birthday. So he sat in the kitchen by the cookies because he know not to touch them. So he's just sitting there like, you're gonna give it up away. But not tonight. But I don't know. You guys have turned me into a Caucasian.
Why do you say that? Because we could. That's not a.
Yeah, I mean,
There she goes. There she
That's
goes.
just being a good animal parent.
Exactly. And then
we need a disclaimer at the beginning of the show.
that wasn't so bad though, was it?
We really do, because you just really stereotype some folks.
Was it bad? I don't mean anything.
Okay, so Martine said we're gonna move on from that. We don't even need to keep living that life. So she says, why are what she said, because of the Betty Wright song, you can't do what the guys do and still be a lady. And Lanye said she said remember that. And then Martine said, that's silly, Trent. Y'all are busy with more than one woman too. We don't need not to be treated well because we're not exclusive. And then she said, come on now.
And this is what we do in the conversation. Even the viewers, they will call me out. So you're right.
She's got a very valid point. And I mean, and I'm not trying to be harsh with the whole Romello thing, but I try to keep it more in character, even though we know it was you, because I'm not really trying. I don't want your feelings to get hurt and you think that I'm just kind of judging you. But I mean, like, you did some dog ass shit for a lot of years. And it just finally came back to you when you were ready to kind of like, okay, I'm gonna try and put this down. But you know, life sometimes has a way of just kind of circling back, and so it's just like your time in that at that point.
I totally agree with that. And just like I wrote a piece on karma. Karma knocked at my door and kept on knocking until I answered.
So it sounds like we need to have this dating multiple conversation. That should be a show.
We could.
If y'all want to, I'm good for it. Now you see, hey, ladies and gentlemen, here's proof. Proof is in the pudding. They just came over the topic and I'm going with it. So I don't want to hear Shannon's mouth again talking about, oh, you're making topics that don't even include us. Mm-hmm. There you go. What's the title? I'll show up. What's the title?
Date them all, sis. That's gonna be the title.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you're absolutely right. We're gonna go with that one. Date them all. Sis.
Date them all.
Love it.
Wednesday on the conversation. Date them all. Sis.
Sunday.
Are we doing that Sunday?
It's Sunday. Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday, so Sunday. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, so we found out what was our teachable moment for the night? What's the
teachable moment for me? My teachable moment tonight is always, leave logical thinking in love. Sometimes you have to be logical, man. You have to be rational. You have to. You cannot be in serious bliss. And that's why you forget all the red flags. That's why you put the blinders on. That's why the rose-colored glasses come on. You have to be rational, man. You have to. When you talk, I'm not against love. I love love. I love to be loved. I love to be in love. But I'm a rational person.
Okay. Oh, Danielle said polyamory in 2022. Now that's a whole different topic.
Oh,
the date them all is not in relation to polyamory, but I understand that is a very growing relationship.
We'll have to touch that topic down the line.
Now, Martine, which video Martine, you posted a video about polyamory? I'll have to go back and look at it on the page.
Yeah, we'll actually.
So yeah, we can actually talk about that at some point. But the whole date them all, that's not what I was talking. I mean. Is not.
Oh no! You didn't let it out the bag now, so we're gonna have that conversation.
What, polyamory?
Date them all. No, date them all.
No, we can talk about the date them all. I don't care. Yeah. I'm down for it.
Yeah, you date them all. And here's the thing. My thing, I'm telling you right now, I'm coming in. I'm not gonna come in hot because I came in hot last week or week before last.
Well, that worked for you, right?
Knock it off.
I'm just saying.
Knock it off. So, but listen. So why date them all? You should not expect my funds. I should not be opening my ass pocket for you.
But you're not just dating me. You're still paying for everybody else. So what's the problem?
Yeah.
Good night, Shannon.
I'm just saying.
Good for the goose. Anyway, I gotta go because I have
Me
a little.
too. I got stuff to do too. But I actually have a new product baking tonight. So
Oh, what do you have?
I have carrot cake brownies.
Is that right? Hey, listen. Can I get a
Carrot cake or chocolate?
Can I get a carrot package?
No, it's a blondie brownie, but it's a carrot. It's basically a carrot cake type of brownie. Blondie.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Tabs
like
Edible
the corners.
Creations. Tabs Edible Creations. Scrolling down at the bottom of the screen. Order. I guarantee those cookies are so good. Hey,
what were you saying, Dee? Because he just keep talking.
I said I like the corners.
Oh yes. Yeah, I love the corners.
Can I get a package?
All right, so it's been wonderful. I look forward to Sunday's topic. Have a great rest of the week, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
You guys be epic.
Conversations with Trent in conjunction with Taylor Kennedy Media and your radio network would like to thank you for calling in and listening to tonight's episode. We hope that tonight's conversation offended you just enough to turn your mirror inward to come back for more. So until next week's conversation, be epic.